Welcome back. Oh, it's weird. I should sit down as well. Welcome back, ladies and gents, to ECS Season 2 North America. And if you like SK and you enjoyed their train performance, well, you're in store for a lot more train. About the performance, it's hard to say because they're going to be up against a very, very good team, Cloud9 no less. Somehow this team became very awesome, almost overnight it feels like.
If I was Japanese, I'd be like, Cloud9!
Cloud9! That's... Why, so why are you going Japanese? Why Japanese, James?
It just sounds hype, doesn't it? Cloud9!
Yes, oh man, yeah. I was not quite Japanese, but listening to the Korean Brewdog commentators back in the day, that was insane. They just say the same word over and over, louder and louder and faster. It's hilarious.
What's the word?
Well, it depends what's going on. So one of the famous ones was they was like, Plague-oo, 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 Plague-oo. This, you know, then there's like a plague, dark swarm or whatever the hell.
Asian commentary is pretty cool. Funny enough, the only kind of commentary that I can compare to that really is Ken Bogard, French fighting game commentator, who's actually named himself after a King of Fighters character. But anyway, Cloud9 and SK on train. Yeah, Cloud9 going to be quite the explosive team.
You derailed it, James.
Yeah, but I re-railed it.
Yeah,
straight back. Anyway, before I was actually talking of derailing, right? I watched, I think it was the first episode of Captain Scarlet on YouTube yesterday. Because I was like, yeah, this is great. And my girlfriend was like, all that stuff used to suck, all those puppets. And it's funny because...
I hated it.
Well,
firstly, it freaked me out.
In terms of derailing, there's like a massive train crash off the side of a mountain in that episode. But also, where was I going with this? Yeah, they have like one scene where a puppet walks and it looks completely ridiculous. But you reminded me of that because of the whole train thing. That's quite
a stretch. But one quick thought about Captain Scarlet. I couldn't watch it because when I was younger, it made me feel very frightened because just the cold, dead eyes of these puppets. It just, I don't know, something about it freaked me out when I was younger. Anyway, I mean, this is your fault, by the way. This is your fault that we've got. How do we get to Captain Scarlet? Just, I don't even know. Anyway, SK Gaming versus Cloud9. Oh, this is gonna be a good one. Definitely the highlight for many people, and myself included. And I know you want to see TSM CLG, but whatever. So Stewie will be one of the first men straight in there. Nice entry frag found by Stewie there. The rest of his teammates now, they have free passage almost. Just coldzera as the gatekeeper rally, and what a gatekeeper he is. 2 quick pops from Cold, leaving us in a 2 versus 2. Shroud and Skadoodle there, trying to save the day for Cloud9. Can they do it, James?
Cloud9! First, he needs to get the bomb down. Fallen is rotating into position to stop any bomb plant from coming in. Maybe Skadoodle has a read of it. He's peppering him, and he has been made into a steak. FNX now requires 2 headshots. He's got full health. He's got his Kevlar. Just needs the 1 versus 1s. He positions himself for 1, but Skadoodle will move back. Now they've got 2 angles for the bomb. FNX has not even suggested a defuse. Not sure if there's a kit on the site, but he's running out of time. And indeed, he will see the woes. Oh, look how far away that kit is. It's miles away. He's going for it. I mean, at this point, he might just choose to save the kit because it's too late to win the round. It's too late, FNX. You can't win the round now. He's going to try. I think he should have just saved the kit. There's no way, if you played it 100 times after he picks up the kit, he's not winning once. No, he's not winning once that round.
Sometimes it's not about the results. Sometimes it's just about the mindset, James. The belief.
Oh, come
in the impossible.
Spout me some more nonsense from some kind of weird advert you've seen somewhere.
Hey, you can't talk about nonsense.
Cloud9!
Indeed. Indeed. Case in point. Well, perhaps nonsense is to ensue here because we have the force buy. Oh, look at this, jumping through the smoke like lemmings, but it's going to be coldzera to make 2 kills there. Oh, Skadoodle managing just to catch Fallen as he escapes, but coldzera, he's going to get away with murder as well, perhaps, as he gets 1 quick kill by E-Box, and now things get really weird for Cloud9.
Really weird indeed, but Shroud has managed to plant the bomb facing a smoke grenade, but we've got 3 CTs, 2 of which are coming from different directions. Shroud is in a vulnerable position. Not much that Skadoodle can do to help him at the moment. Skadoodle currently wielding a pistol rather than the scout. But with these channels, I would feel like the scout would be superior. He's smoking himself as well. Here's Taco, Shroud going on a high ground in the meantime, trying to clean things out. Spots Taco, he can run distraction now. Down goes coldzera as well. They know where the last man is. The pistol wasn't enough from Skadoodle. Shroud has to hide. He has to hide that.
It's okay though, because he's won the round. Cloud9 saving the day here. I mean, that was really scary. 2 on 3. I mean, if they won on the bomb site, able to plant the bomb in that situation, it's very possible that they're going to be... Well, it's very likely, I think, that they lose the round. So, nice save in the end. But a lot of damage was done by SK. They did a lot of damage. They got 4 HEs. 4 of them. Where do they go?
Well, 1's going to B, 2 are going to B, 3 are going to B down. 4 HEs in B. 4B for the HE. HE with the 4B. What will trigger the deployment of these grenades? That is the question.
That is nice.
They are rotating the grenades down. The grenades are being rotated. There's the first one. But there's no plant. They need to plant. They need to plant. They've thrown 2 of them. Now, if the bomb's planted on the other side of the train, they can throw it through the middle of the train to try and hit the bomb planter, but they have not chosen to do that. There's another one. And there is the last.
I heard like the thought behind that. It's rare that you see teams buy HEs and actually have a plan for them. So it's nice. It's very nice.
But I haven't seen much of the good old HEs from Nuke. And I feel like the first place that I at least saw all the HEs was with Nuke. As a player, rather than even a commentator or a spectator. It's just like, when you're on eco on Nuke, you throw the grenades outside. That's what you do.
Yep. Never does anything though because of the meta. Everyone knows it's coming.
Well, everyone knew it was coming.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it once on New Nuke. Not once.
Because people are afraid.
I haven't seen it a single time.
Well, so I spoke before about how powerful Fallen is for SK on the Yorp, on the CT side. I am so excited to see exactly what happens when he's playing up against the Cloud9 lads. Because they have been very strong lately. Very strong indeed. Cloud9 have suddenly become such an awesome team to watch. And it's brilliant. All of this leading into the major as well. Exciting times in CS. Exciting times. Fallen kicking things off there. Well, he might end things as well, but Shroud drops him. That is going to give his team a 3 versus 3. Whoa, okay, frags all over the place here as all the CTs start to face the Cloud9 players and everyone's low. But he's got the health advantage, he's got the angle advantage, he's got the round for SK. But only 1 player survived. That's still... Oh my god, the money of Cloud9 is awful. It is terrible, James. Look at it.
Yeah, they've just been wiped out. I mean, Fallen's output, considering he has no Kevlar in that round, that is solid stuff. Solid stuff. You know, coldzera, if you pronounced it in a strong Japanese accent, it would be like coldzera, because they can't say the L. Because I went to a Japanese restaurant once in London.
Can't say the L, so you mean like cod?
No, it's like coal. Because I went to a Japanese restaurant in London, right? And they gave me a Japanese menu, so I was like, all right, I'll have this. I just pointed at something, and he was like, it's coal. I had no idea what he was saying. I was like, yeah, that's fine. He gave me coals and noodles. They were quite nice though, but now I understand. Now I understand. 2 AKs on this Cloud9 side. 3 pistols. Nothing has, well, nothing. And, Shroud at least gets 1 kill from this investment. This less than ideal investment. This less than stellar, less than perfect, suboptimal, awful buy that Cloud9 had. Almost completely past tense. Headshots being delivered from SK to SK. They're wired, Dan. They're ready for the ting.
This is like a really weird start to a trade match, I gotta say. Really weird start, just like how the money's going between the teams. Is Shroud just gonna chill? Just kind of hanging out. Ooh, there it is. Falling finally goes to the peak. 4 players surviving there for SK. That's really good news for them. Cloud9 in a position now where they just have to run and die with Glocks. I don't know. I mean, maybe they can get a P250 in a smoke, P250 in a flashbang, something like that, I guess. But can't really do too much more than that in a round like this. Do we see anything there? 1 P250 from Shroud, and that's it.
Shroudu. So let's see what SK's approach is. Do they have a read on where the economy is for Cloud9? Do they have expectations of this Terra side? Perhaps they do, because they're not playing deep towards either side. They're not around Pop, not around main, not around lower B, where you normally put a player. Shroud with his P250s looking towards upper B. other than that, Cloud9, what do they want to do here with what they have, which is next to nothing? They've got no grenades. They've got 4 Glocks. They're going to have to make a gauntlet run one way or another. Cold has pushed through Ivy, and he has spotted, I think he might have spotted the bomb, actually, on nothing. So that suggests the bomb is around A main, and it definitely isn't going in to be any time soon. 50 seconds on the clock, and Cloud9 are still biding their time. Nothing has been spotted, and he's been eliminated. Bomb still being carried by these players, but Fallen, look how fast he is!
Man.
Look how fast he is, that!
This guy is too quick. That's so awesome, those flick shots. We're going to see those again, I'm sure. I know they are eco frags, but...
Fallen is fast like he's running from the police. Have you ever run from the police, Dan? Because when you run from the police, you'll run faster than you knew you were capable of running.
Well, like, is it just the police, or does that work on other things as well?
From my experience, just the police.
Okay.
I wasn't breaking the law, though. It was just, we were teenagers climbing around on some buildings for fun. We were going exploring. And they sent a helicopter, Dan. They sent a police helicopter because a politician lived in that building. So they sent a helicopter.
Are you serious right
I'm serious, yeah.
I don't believe this.
I'm serious. I'll tell you more about it. It is very close to where you live.
I don't believe this story.
I swear on
How
whatever
can
you
you
like.
expect to believe? You just told me you've been chased by a police helicopter. I do not. Okay, well we got some Counter-Strike here. Return to normalcy. Back in to the game. The push of A main has been a success, a resounding success. 2 players dead. Bomb. I don't know if they've seen the bomb. I don't think they have. I think it's hidden around the corner. But what is Cloud9 left with here? Very little. This is awful for them. They've been saving, and now that this has happened. Nice kill back for Stewie onto Cold, but there's much more work to be done.
Ivy, vision of Ivy has been lost, but what can Fallen do in this situation? He's looking the wrong way. Surely Stewie saw the barrel. The barrel's there. The barrel's been seen, spotted, and Fallen is done. He's dead. He's over. He's finished. The bomb has to be collected by one of these Cloud9 players. They've left it around the main area, so they will lose position to do that. But the CTs are losing henchmen. That said, Fur. Okay, there's no way Fur is going to push towards main fast enough to see that bomb, and surely he will go down Pop Dog. But these Ts will need to re-entry into A if they're playing on nothing's position.
What is going on? This was, James, this was a 5 versus 3. It's now a 3 versus 1. What happened? Like, I just, it's crazy. They managed to find all these one-on-ones, and they just flawlessly won every single one of them. Unbelievable.
Flawless victory.
Yeah, Fur, he's coming in. But what can he do after beat the afterplant here? Just nothing. Stewie with a 3K, a frag for nothing, a frag for Shroud. What a round there for Cloud9. And this is another thing, right, that's at play right now. Even against any team, Cloud9 having a recent massive tournament victory and just the form that they have generally is going to give them this X factor, I think, which just allows them to just win crazy rounds. We used to call it the NIP Magic, the NIP Magic, for example, because there is no way they should have run that round.
SK, how do you come back from this psychologically crushing situation? They've got no money in the bank. This is a must-win round for SK. Otherwise, Cloud9 may pull away with a significant lead. SK need those black helicopters on their side. Shroud looking for an entry, and so is Fur on the other side. Ooh, Taco's going to take it in the dome, in the cranium. Nice work from Fur, but he can't trade Skadoodle. He can't avoid being traded by Skadoodle, rather. So there's a man advantage for Cloud9. They've got over a minute on the clock, and now they have less than a minute because a minute time has just passed.
And Cloud9, they've got a really good situation. The 4 versus 3, you know, which, I mean, they can choose anywhere on the map to go. And again, with 3 players left, you got to think, okay, where do we think is the most likely, like, how would the CTs play from this position? What is most likely in as regards to their setup and their positioning? And then you want to obviously move in what is the greatest blind spot, or the spot that's the greatest advantage for you. And you want to play for trades as well in case you run into a CT, so you want to keep the strength in numbers. So it's interesting to see where they pick, and they decide to go out A main. So far, so good. Able to get close to the bomb site. Now coldzera's been spotted, but he gets smoked off immediately. Looks pretty good until Fallen enters the picture, and now it looks pretty bad for Cloud9. 10 seconds to plant the bomb. Nothing needs both frags. Skadoodle's there to help out. The bomb can go down just in the nick of time. FNX, last man standing, can't stop the bomb from going down. Gets a spray down though, and the follow-up comes in. FNX takes the round. A very close one. This is, I've got a feeling, James, this will be a very scrappy game.
Yeah, look how much money was lost in that one round. 9 people dead. It's a massacre. It's crimson everywhere.
It's happening in a lot of rounds, isn't it? Just like so many people dying.
Yeah, it's a very back and forth game at the moment. And it keeps the money difficult on both sides. Cloud9, they could opt to force here if they wanted to do a fast play. And indeed, here it is. And they've got boatloads of utility. They've got boatloads. Boatloads of utility. Boats which are suggesting that they're carrying shoes from China to the mainland of the United States. But in fact, it's full of utility, Dan. Boatloads of utility as the score is currently 4-4. Could go either way. We've got the AWP onto Fallen. That could be the gameplay here. But maybe these Tech-9s will be the one to lead the charge for up close with the Mag 7. He wants those meat shots. He wants to take these plays to the Butchers. No. He's going for a quiet boost, but Shroud is ready and waiting. Sharp as a Butcher's pencil, Dan.
Oh man, Shroud was looking for that. That could have been glorious. But instead, he's now just sitting on the bench, just thinking what could have been.
On the bench.
And now it's the 5 versus 4 here. And of course, you know, he spotted so many players did Fur that Cloud9 might add an extra delay just to keep SK guessing a little bit, because otherwise it just straight up looks like they're going to go towards B with a push like that. Very unlikely with no presence towards an alley or A main that they're going to go in towards the A bomb site in that situation. And in they come into B. First shot by Fallen. He's the man to make the difference. Taco's close though with a UMP. Gets Shroud opening up, actually takes down Fallen. This is big stuff right now. Taco playing around the smoke with the UMP. What can he get? Absolutely nothing.
That was a nice smoke, but the UMP not the best weapon for the job. Cold. Could he be looking to clutch the 1 versus 4? That's a good start. Autimatic getting taken down. 76 HP. He's got enough. Looking for a flank. I do wonder, though, if he's going to try to clutch this or hold on to the weapon. Sees no one flanking him. And it seems he may go back to the site. He's got a defuse kit as well, but he's killing a lot of time here with this repositioning. We've got a player on the high ground as well, and it seems the save has been selected by coldzera. I mean, he's the kind of player who has the confidence and the output, the skill to go for more clutches than most, but maybe this is one too many to ask. Cloud9 go back in the lead. Haven't been in, well, they went to 4-3, then it was 4-4, and now it will be 5-4. Counting is great. Now, SK are going to have their loss bonus reset. Oh, could be 2! He hit both of them as well.
Oh my god, yeah, he did. That's crazy. He could have got a double.
Damn.
Could have got the double. But no. 4-2-5, Cloud9 battling back. Are we going to replay this? And Bosh. Oh man, imagine if nothing had just had any damage done to him. Anyway, AWP save for coldzera, of course, and a few P250s, and a couple flashbangs. Can't count SK Gaming out of this round. Ooh. Alright, well, some players spotted there for SK Gaming, and that's annoying because that's Cold's first position with the AWP given up. And now that kind of gives Cloud9 a sense in the next 20 seconds of where coldzera probably, or most likely, can be.
Taco moving away from B towards A, towards Ivy. Joining FNX for a brief moment, and he continues to rotate elsewhere. Very active SK side. Can Cloud9 identify where this AWP is? Maybe they did earlier. coldzera taking some damage, but doesn't mean he'll stay in the same place. Cloud9 have been using the clock to their advantage so far, but they don't want to wait too long to get any frags in this round. 3 P250s can be quite dangerous, especially if they move forward. They have dangerous positions towards A or B. The SK did have forward positions towards A earlier on. They've left Fallen in situ and rotated the rest of the team towards B, looking for that bedlam, that carnage, that madness towards the B bomb site. Little smokes, but lots of Molotovs to Cloud9.
And the push comes in. Taco's sitting on the bomb train. He's got loads of teammates surrounding him to help him out, but oh my god, they just get wiped out. They get wiped away. And now it's just nothing. Planting the bomb. Got some support here. How on earth do SK get themselves in? Well, coldzera finds a way in, but it's immediately shut down. Nice trade from Skadoodle. Now Fallen's going to try as well to get something done here, but I don't know that he has actually enough time. But he can try to get the damage, and he's got AK, no Kevlar, so it's worth
what he can do. What he can do is just stay towards CT. Now, because of where the AWP fell, the bomb blast may have pushed the AWP towards him. If he went through CT around to the other side, then maybe he could have rescued the AWP, but it wasn't to be. He'll have to buy one if he wants one. He doesn't have the money to buy one. Therefore, his team will be on the double eco.
Buy some tickets. Buy some damn tickets, James.
You can't just stop there. You got to go on. You got to commit.
Okay. Okay.
Anaheim.csgo.com. You can buy some tickets, or you can just have some tickets for free. Because if you're a student, you can go for free. Autimatic just got wrecked. Someone we haven't spoken about recently, but he has been doing quite well for his team. And I mean, I think he was unremarkable when he was playing for TSM. Busy trying to change his name to Han.
Yeah.
But definitely is playing more. He's surprising everyone on Cloud9. So
yeah, he's so good.
Maybe the different approach, the higher skill ceiling is a better fit for Mr. Autimatic.
Yeah, I mean he's just a very smart player. Again, shout outs to Still, who did an analysis of the overpass match from Autimatic's POV, because it shows you the decision making, and that's the reason why he's good. Is his decision making.
Is that a new thing? A recent thing?
Oh, that video?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite recent.
I shall have a butcher.
It's really good. It's really good. Go check it out. So,
it's been a while since I watched the Steel video. He's been busy not being a pro in Overwatch.
I feel like equilibrium has been restored here because we gave him a plug and you gave a burn as well. So I feel that's good. Okay, so already we get a pick here from Fallen, able to take down Autimatic, who was lurking around the A main area. So it's a good start here for Cloud9 and kind of a little bit depressing for them as well, because now their players are really spread out. They're going to try to walk down the ramp here to see if they can get an opening pick on towards the B side of things, but the smoke from the CTs is going to stop those shenanigans. Will they still try to go through? Oh, they go through. They had a smoke of their own there. So interesting situation. Might be able to find a 1 versus 1. If Taco goes down immediately, there's opportunities for Cloud9 to play the mind games because the bomb is nowhere near B. If they can pull the rotation, the bomb could try to come through onto the A-bomb site, but that is a problem. Taco takes down Stewie for free. No trade available. Such is the life of Train.
It's just crazy how active Fallen is. Look, this is ridiculous. It's always just moving all over the place on this map. Quite a treat to watch. Another bomb has managed to make it towards B. And luckily, shroud will take down Taco. That could have got pretty ugly, but it's still 2 versus 4. Still looking pretty ugly anyway. Shroud has to go nuclear for his team, trying to plant a bomb on the side, but that wasn't a good idea. Down goes the bomb, and surely Shroud can't do this. He's got 6 seconds to find 3 people, so it didn't work out for Cloud9. And I did wonder, once the first player going for the fake towards B goes down, maybe they will end up investing too many players towards that. But just look how he peeks there. It's just silly. The way he's active, jumping on and off ladders and just moving around the corners and so on, is pretty nutty to watch.
Yeah, it's really, really cool to see how fast he is. Kind of breaking the barriers, breaking the limits of what you think is possible. And I also love watching Shroud as well because his mechanics are so amazing. He's got the making. Like if he gets automatic level decision making, Shroud will just become insane as an individual. I want to see his development in the future, and he's actually playing very well so far for the team. And speaking of the team, nothing is going to be removed from the team for this round with his alley pressure. And the rest of the push is around the B, as we can see at the moment. And for SK, they've only got Taco there again, but he's been doing a pretty good job so far. Fallen has actually rotated in as well. So, and actually there's another player. There's 3 players putting their attention here for SK. So this is going to be very, very hard for Cloud9. Somehow Shroud gets the pick on Fallen. I have no idea how he managed that, but the trade comes in.
Taco, can he get close enough to Skadoodle? Doesn't want to overextend, overcommit. They've got Fur on the rotation. Skadoodle literally hiding in a smoke. That's what he's doing right now, and that's not going to work out for Cloud9. The instant trade comes in. 3 people surviving for SK, and they close the gap to 1 round.
Yeah, SK definitely coming back in pretty effectively. Always good for it. It's quite scary, though, the kinds of situations that Cloud9 can make happen for themselves. again, that you can just see Shroud walks out and gets a pick onto Fallen, who's near the connector area with the AK there at very big distances. Pretty impressive stuff. Now, Cloud9 don't have much to really work with in this round. This is the penultimate round of the first half. And it looks to be like they want to get in on to some alley action. Do you like the action in the Ivy area?
I feel like you're asking me if I solicit prostitutes, Dan. That's how I feel.
Oh, right then. That gets back to me then. So, push comes in for Ali. Fairly successful. The pick was made, although it cost the 2 players ultimately. Cloud9, they have attracted the full attention of SK, who've rotated around them, looking to constrict them. autimatic, though, able to break the constriction, cut a path through onto CT spawn, and now the T's can go anywhere. And they've got 50 seconds. This has become suddenly problematic for SK, who have no vision of the B-bomb site. Absolutely none. And Cloud9, they can still go either which way.
Like your line of questioning, Dan, this is super weird at the moment. The CTs and the Ts essentially have swapped roles. We might see a reverse plant from the bomb as well. I'd love to see that. And indeed we will do, on the corner of that red zone on your minimap in the top left corner of your screen. So let's see, FNX coming in from the T side. How this is Bizarro land. How do you defuse a bomb in this situation? There is a smoke onto FNX, but that is a tight channel. And because they put it twice on the corner, it might be hard to do so for a smoke without getting shot. Flashbang comes in, indeed, he might go for the hero play. Are the T's in position to do something about this? We've got Stewie on the high ground, but no one's on the low ground. No one's there to defuse, stop the bomb from being defused. Actually, for his teammate to get picked, but he will make the save anyway. We are at 7-7. One more round between these two sides in the first half. Quite the game so far.
It is, yeah. It has been very scrappy. It's amazing. I mean, how many times do you see a round play out like that where they've got some tech nines, they get the kill onto Ali, and then all of a sudden they're just in, like all the T's are in CT spawn, and all the CTs are in A. When do you see that? That's such a weird situation. I love it. Anyway, bit of a pre-nade, some pre-nade action there from Taco. Doesn't really pick up anything from it though. And 4 players here for SK Gaming on the A-bomb site. Afraid of those fast timings onto the A site. I would be as well. Cloud9 haven't showed really fast aggression for a while now, so perhaps that's something that SK are looking to expect as a way that Cloud9 might mix things up. But Cloud9 are actually going to go for an aggression onto A, but it's at a delay, and it will be a set piece. They're going to use the smokes now. FX with forward positioning is very dangerous for the T's in rounds like this. Let's see if they can get the kills, though.
Forward positioning. Love me some forward positioning. For not going to stay in there. He wants to be of more use to his team and enable a crossfire. Or crossfires, plural. The smokes are down, but again, now this forward positioning really pays off in a number of ways. I mean, right now they can see that Cloud9 are not committing to this. And it's probably a fake. Or it could be a double fake, in fact. It could be a double fake, Dan. And perhaps it is. There goes the bomb. Instant trades. Will it be collected? Will it be retrieved and taken away? We've got some weird synchronized jumping over in main. And it's not going to do anything much for Cloud9 other than have them dying one by one. Only FNX has been taken down. 4 versus 1 situation for nothing with 23 seconds on the clock. Life is not spectacular in this round. If you are Cloud9,
yeah, it's hard to predict where this match is going to go. And this is one of 2 trains between these 2 teams. So if you like Train, if you like Cloud9, if you like SK Game, if you like Ops, if you like Counter-Strike, you're going to get it.
If you like trains.
And you also get it at Anaheim, the 9th to the 11th.
Keep going.
If you buy some tickets.
From where?
Anaheim.csgoleague.com.
There we go.
But never mind. So 8-7 is the scoreline. Where will the pistol go? Will it go to SK? Or will it go to Cloud9? What do you think, James?
I think Fallen's got 4 grenades, one of which is a decoy grenade, which can kill people, is unlikely, but can, in fact, kill people upon its explosion. Or collision, as well, if you're on, like, 1 HP. Skadoodle's got the smoke and the kit, maybe expecting a gimmicky Molotov play, but despite the grenade purchases from SK, there is no Molotov in play. 2 Cloud9 players around the connector area. although Skadoodle is in fact above connector, so it won't be a fast rotation from him should one be required. And we've got Stewie2K. Oh, we have not live being called. 3 PCs have frozen in the SK gaming house.
It's an attack, James. A digital attack.
3 SK PCs have frozen. Cloud9 are all kindly and quietly moving back towards
CT spawn.
CT spawn. Oh, I respect Stewie's Bowie. It is the full fade. Actually, no, it's not the full fade. My Bowie is better than his one because mine is the full fade. I made sure of that. Yes. You're a Bowie man. You don't like the Bowie, do you?
I don't care about
what
the
knife are you using of mine right now? I took my Tiger Tooth back, and you have M9 Bayonet fade?
No idea.
Which is also the full fade. Yeah. I like my
I get a fade haircut. That counts.
Actually, a friend of mine, there's a female friend of mine from the UK scene, and she essentially, just by coincidence, has essentially a fade haircut at the moment.
What do you mean by coincidence?
Well,
like,
she's not trying to have a fade haircut from Counter-Strike, but it just so happened that at present, her hair from bottom to top is in a fade fashion. Not full fade like from like yellow to purple or whatever, but there's a lot of fade going on there. But ironically, she was, I think, adding some purple later on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll show you a picture of it in a minute, but I'm not showing it on stream for her own privacy's sake.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So 9-7. Is it 9-7 or is it 8-7? It's 8-7 because the pistol round has not happened yet, so that will be reset. 8-7 in favour of SK. Been quite the entertaining train so far.
Well, like I said in the third round, it's definitely a scrappy game. There's a lot of weird situations, and part of the reason as well is that even if Cloud9 get put into a bad spot or if SK get put into a bad spot, their players have the skill to just do something ridiculous, do something incredible to bring them out of that spot, and then you get a weird situation where both teams have to adjust on the fly, and it makes for like really interesting situations in the round, as opposed to more vanilla spots where it's like this push got shut down in this choke point, and you got a point where it's like, oh, there's a 2 versus 5. Or I think we had a 3 versus 5 actually, for example, where at Cloud9 were down 2 players straight away at the start of the round on the T side. You're going to lose that round so many times. If you replay it, just so many times you'll lose that round. Such a crippling disadvantage. Yet somehow those 3 players don't get touched and they get 5 1-on-1s. How does that happen?
Train, baby.
How do you do that?
Train.
So yeah, that's one of the reasons why this is an awesome matchup. Cloud9 is so good at the moment. They have the confidence behind them after their recent win. And yeah, we got two trains. Would have been cool to see another map, but it's okay. We get to see SK Cloud9 twice,
yeah, let's do it.
I'm good with that.
Let's do it. It's a close map, and again, we saw what happened with was it double overpass we had earlier? Yeah, that went from a tight game to a stonker of a one-sided lopsided game. Stewie's been wrecked, and that's going to allow Fur to push his way all the way to the other end of the B bomb site. Cloud9 are already in a horrible retake situation. I do wonder if they've heard Fur. Maybe they thought it was his teammate Taco, though. Oh man, they're all getting ruined in CT spawn.
That is not a good look. That is a bad look. A very, very bad look. 9-7 SK Gaming. They take it, and that's going to be a good economy for them. Cloud9 likely going to force buy, even though on this map you do want to leave some money for one guy at least so he can get an orb. Will Skadoodle do that? Yes, he will. He gets a smoke grenade and that's it. Okay, well that's quite cool because if Skadoodle's going to buy a smoke as well, it generally suggests that it's going to be a plan because any investment he makes because he wants that orb is not going to be made lightly, especially if it's a smoke grenade. Quite interesting how he will be using that one. It's 1 of 2 for Cloud9. So they have some utility to try to do something to make some plays here. And SK, they're just waiting it out so far, just looking to see if Cloud9 will use the early time in the round to get aggressive. Cloud9, though, they're playing passively, and SK are going to realize that in the next 20 seconds or so.
Despite Skadoodle's investment into a smoke grenade, presuming he gets no kills and they lose the next 2 rounds, he can still buy AWP Sans helmet. So he has not overpurchased.
He threw it to main as well. He threw the smoke to main. And the other smoke went towards a ramp, I believe, on B.
So it's interesting. Maybe they're looking to slow down the SK side, try to ruin SK's timing in this anti-eco/anti-force buy round. But SK have had a good grip on the clock for the most part. Apart from that Mixwell 5-7 incident from a previous game today. 40 seconds on the clock. And it appears the SK train is going to stop on the B bomb site. So far, so good. The range of those AKs being used and abused. Nobody touched just yet. I do wonder if Cloud9 can rescue the scout. At this point, I don't know that it's worth them trying to push the B bomb site. But perhaps they can set up for some exit kills or try to rescue the scout for the next round after the bomb has detonated.
So, well, I mean, SK have handled this well overall, I would say. Not losing a single man is definitely nothing to scoff at. And that's how it's going to remain, I think. I don't think Skadoodle's going to get something here. He's going to go for it, though. He's only got a USP. Oh, Fallen finds him. No Kevlar, no fun. 9-7. Another round picked... Oh, sorry, 10-7. Another round picked up there by SK Gaming. And Cloud9, they just... I mean, they have to save. Again, they can't... They just can't get anything going just yet, and that's kind of frustrating. Yeah,
I feel like, I mean, that was just a desperate situation, obviously, at the end of that round, but I think they're just throwing money at the CTs, especially the Ts, especially when they have those UMPs and they get that bigger kill bonus. It's like, hey, have this money. Have this extra money, so it'll be more difficult for us to break you at a later date. I mean, it's hard to justify it simply running away and saving... Well, it's not really saving, it's just stopping your opponent from making more cash.
Yeah, I mean, that's it, yeah. I mean, the thing is, you have to weigh the expectation of getting a kill. And with the engagement that Skadoodle's going for, with a USP, definitely unlikely. If he's holding like an angle in a more sneaky place, maybe. But that wasn't the case. And it's, well, anyway, it's just a very, very small edge. We're being pedantic, James.
I like small edges. Small edges are what the British cycling team are about and why they are so successful. That's why they take their own pillows with them to hotel rooms. They even swap out their mattresses, Dan. They even bring their own mattresses to hotel rooms and they sleep in their own mattresses. They have teams, they have money to do this. The Sky Racing team as well, which is basically people who used to be in the British racing team in terms of management.
Is that when you know you've made it, you can get your own mattress in a hotel?
Yeah, they'll bring you your own mattress and pillow, so you can have as much sleep as possible. Those are small edges, my friend. Those are the smallest of edges.
I would like some sleep. More sleep in my life, on average. I'm doing what you do normally, James, recently, where you like go to bed at a normal time. It's like, and then you're like, I'm awake at 4 AM. I'm wide awake. Why? Why is this happening?
I slept with a special pillow yesterday, actually. There's a kind of medicine, or doctor or whatever, which I think deals with bones.
Osteo. If it's bones, it'll be osteo. It'll be osteo if it's bones.
It's not osteo. It's not osteo. It's like author something.
Are you sure?
Author. Let me talk to the... I need to ask the girlie what that pillow was called. What is the name?
Orthopedic?
Orthopedic, yes, it's an orthopedic pillow. Orthopedic pillow, which has like a divot thing where your neck goes, like the bottom of it, if you will. I slept on an orthopedic pillow yesterday.
Was it firm? A firm pillow?
Yes, it was.
It says memory foam.
Not memory foam, no. It was an orthopedic pillow.
Yeah, but it's what, made of memory foam?
No, because memory foam would change shape.
Depends.
Well, I'd say 90%. Most of it does.
Apart
from memory foam that Dan uses.
All right.
4 rounds between these two sides. We've got nothing coming over towards Electric Box. And he is going to get eliminated. Double peak coming in from Automatic and Shroud, but there's nobody home just yet.
No one home. Yeah, it's a pretty sad situation for Cloud9. Lost a man already. No nades to speak of, really. Couple smokes at this point. If you consider this, there's 120 left, and there's only 2 smokes for them to be using. That's definitely not an ideal situation, but SK Gaming themselves, they got a wealth of utility to use, couple Molotovs, bunch of smokes. They can still run a set piece onto either bomb site, should they choose to do so. However, they're going to walk and look for the pick here onto the B bomb site, which is quite interesting. They've got Fur leading the charge there, but how deep will he go? Well, looks like the smoke's going to come in, so that's going to be the key or the Q rather, to go in. And Stewie's the only man here. He's the only man here. He gets completely wiped off the face of the bomb site, and that's going to be a plant. 5 versus 3, Cloud9. There's just nothing they can do here. Oh, this could be bad. FNX, man. He's in a good spot, and there it is. No save for you. Oh, that is brutal.
It's like, what's that Battle Royale ripoff that was made by the West?
I have no idea.
With, what's her name? Oh, man. Hunger Games.
You mean Hunger Games?
Hunger Games now. He's going to get hunted down, man. Where's his crossbow at? I haven't watched those. I refuse to watch them.
Yeah, it's not a crossbow either.
Ooh. Skadoodle doing damage. But, I mean, they're losing the game, so...
It would be a 5th Lauren ace if he kills everyone.
Yeah.
That's the 5th Lauren ace. If you kill everyone, all 5 players who are chasing you after they've won the round.
The 5th ace.
That's the 5th Lauren ace.
Oh, he's missed. He's missed. I mean, that doesn't really matter so much for SK. You see first starting with $10,000 at the moment, so all those Zealots were worth it if they are able to kill Skadoodle. Not a single round in the second half just yet for Cloud9. 5 rounds behind their opponents now. We have a smoke, I would assume, is towards Connector. Well, somewhere. There are 3 smokes on the A site, but SK are headed towards B.
Skadoodle's there, he's waiting. I guess there must be a smoke there. Skadoodle, oh, he gets completely destroyed. That's unfortunate. He was the guy. He could have done something. He could have gotten a pick. He could have created space for Cloud9, bought them time to rotate, but no. Goes down immediately, unfortunately, for Cloud9. And although, you know, as we just saw, there was a kill on the A-bomb site, and that has allowed nothing to pick up an AK. Stewie's the one with armor, though, so... Where is Stewie? Is Stewie far away? Yes, he's very far away. Ooh. Shroud gets the upgrade. It's like, here, Shroud, take this. It will be of great use to you. So, well, just a lot of rounds which are very slow here. SK pick it up. There's not much action because there's just immediate saving. Or again, as you can see in this position, you know, Stewie wants to hold on to his Kevlar. Nothing's looking for, you know, some forward positions, trying to take down some more players, do some more economic damage. Shroud is trying to save his AK. So not too much going on right here. And 13-7, you know, it's almost over right now on train for Cloud9. They've got to find a way back in. It's got to come in now. But this is the last massive buy Cloud9 are going to have pretty much. If they lose this, it's back to half buying and so on.
Yeah, they're on the ropes like Apollo Creed, man. And SK are like Elijah. If he dies, he dies. We have an execute.
Yep.
Going into the A site, Dan. They appear to be throwing smoke grenades, but will they follow up behind them? We've got FNX in the pop dog, so perhaps they will. The wall of smokes is real. Nothing is he willing to risk. Go up the ladder and see what is to see. This is a standard execute pretty much coming in from SK. There's not a kill for either side just yet. Epitacio has made his way all the way to the other side. Instantly traded by autimatic.
Yeah, that's good stuff there coming in for SK Gaming so far. Look at the closings down. Bomb is ticking away. Skadoodle's going to drop off the ladder there. Gets a nice shot onto Fur. Still more players where that came from, and he's lost all of his support. He's the only man left alive, and he's going to get flicked down by FNX. Great round from FNX. A triple kill for him. And SK 14-7. And actually, Cloud9 could still buy an orb. If Shroud could buy it for Skadoodle, he'd still have enough money to get Kevlar and drop from get a drop from somebody else. But oh, is he actually going to continue with the Shroud's going to play the orb? Skadoodle can play the Scouts. Let's see whether we're going to get some highlights here. First round.
He'll be holding towards Ivy for the time being, and nobody will be there for now. But perhaps FNX will head in that direction later on. He's holding an angle passively from main, and indeed is walking towards Ivy at the moment. Taco up, upper B. So there's harassment potential in various places. First poking out around Pop Dog, and indeed he'll be punished for doing so by autimatic around the A sites. That may activate perhaps FNX towards Ivy, or perhaps Taco towards B, where Stewie2K is lurking. The ever-dangerous Stewie2K. 2 smoke grenades dropped in Ivy now, and that's going to cause FNX to rotate elsewhere. Yeah,
indeed, rotating elsewhere, and it's a good spread overall for Cloud9. The positioning is looking pretty decent with that man advantage. Definitely a good look. But still, Skadoodle's on that scout. to be honest, the Scout's really, really good on this map, so it's not really a handicap, I would say. And there's 3 players here to receive this push. SK Gaming have some work ahead of them. Autimatic is holding the trigger. Oh, there it is. 1 kill, gets some good damage onto Fallen as well. Finished off by Stewie. Great stuff done in the round by Cloud9 now as they look to try to close things down, but SK Gaming fighting back still, but they've got to collect the bomb. Oh, it's in an awkward position here. 20 seconds to go. Taco finishing off Skadoodle, but Autimatic wraps in for the finishing blows. SK are done. 14-8. And Cloud9 back in. It's been a long stretch, as we can see. There's that 6 rounds in a row there in defense at SK. Ignoring
the halves, that's 10 rounds in a row for SK. They've enjoyed nothing but success. As of late, they've been popping the champagne. They're walking into the club with no ID, so on and so forth. But they've finally been stopped by the police. 8 rounds on the board for Cloud9. They're going to have 3 ops on the map, 2 of which are with the CT side. Shroud is continuing, and Skadoodle's got his upgrade. Fast play from SK, maybe to break Cloud9's buy here.
And break the buy they may very well, as we have Cloud9 losing Skadoodle, falling out around the side of the train. Quick frag from him, and all of a sudden, just the chaos, the variance, as you often put it, around these trains is definitely paying off for SK, but back in goes Shroud and Stewie, and all of a sudden problems here. Cold has to fight his way out of a corner quite literally, as he's got 3 kills already, has to make the 4th here. The quad kill has to come in if he's to win this round against the likes of Shroud and Cloud9. Cold, he needs to pick up the bomb. He's got time, he's got loads of time. That is at least one thing that's going for him. But Shroud9's positioning, I did it again.
You did it again.
I did it again, James. Shroud's positioning is really fantastic. If Cold goes for the plants, Shroud has a good approach. He's able to cover a lot, he's able to see a lot. And look at this, he realizes at this timing that it's very likely that with so much time on the clock, that Cold is going to go deep for the obvious positions where Shroud may be. So he's going further back, and that could really pay off for him. Although Cold has not checked over there yet.
Yeah, it seems Shroud has heard some sound cues from Cold, who's still looking around, and he's going to get taken down. So many angles to look at. Unfortunately, it will not go, well, unfortunately for coldzera, it will not go in his favor. Fortunately for Cloud9, Shroud can keep them in the game and keep SK away from match point in this situation. See some replay of the action from the game, from the round earlier on. SK still have almost a 4 buy. I say almost because there's no AWP on the side, but there are 5 AKs and a full utility.
I like full utility. We get a push coming in from the CTs there towards the B side of the map, although they will go back. What? Oh, that is glorious there. That was straight through the wooden panel there. You don't often see that frag happen, but today we did.
Man.
Today we did.
Last time I saw that, it was also from Skadoodle, no less. That's how he rolls. That's how he be. Skadoodle, nothing's right-hand man when he needs some beatboxing done for the white man rap.
Yeah, Skadoodle has a nice elevated position now as well, looking for SK. And I love this SK just playing contact. This could be very surprising. Cloud9 haven't seen anything yet. They haven't heard anything. And look how deep Fallen and Co is. And there it is, the first peak. Oh man, how does that happen? Nothing. Easily deflects the aggression that was up until that point completely unknown.
He was standing there 3 seconds earlier with his knife out.
Yeah, exactly. He had just no idea. But that's going to give Cloud9 a lifeline back into this train match. That bomb is not going anywhere anytime soon.
You are surrounded. Surrounded by the Combine. When's Half-Life 3 anyway?
I don't know. I really would like to play Half-Life 3, James. I've been waiting. We've all been waiting.
Maybe it'll be virtual reality.
Because they're going to do it at some point. How can they not?
They must. Stewie2K on the hunt. 5 seconds. Will he have the correct angle? Oh man, FNX was caught sleeping. Very slow on the trigger there. Maybe looking at the radar or talking to teammates. Whatever it was, the money has run dry for SK, and they're not over the hump just yet. There are 4 rounds between these 2 sides, and this should be a free round for Cloud9. I wouldn't say there is that much money for SK to splash before they come in for the buy in the next round. They are going to get, let's see, $2,900 for losing this round. So they could buy down to like well, it depends on what they want to do. So for me, there's not much money that SK can spend in this round, which means I don't see a surprise Tech9 win, for example. You know, it's unlikely to begin with, but I think it's even less likely because of how little they have to spend. So you see some people have bought a bit here and there, but there's no grenades just yet.
No grenades just yet, indeed. It's a really weird spot.
Ooh, that's a lot of money being spent.
They're going in. They're going all the way in. Shove all in. Ship it, holler, baller. SK Gaming looking to get their money's worth in this round. What are they going to do here? Is it just going to be the straight off set piece? Because to be honest, it's always going to be strong. It's always strong when you're running in with Tech9s. It's always going to be strong. But it looks like they're moving towards B at the moment, just getting that initial presence across the map to just make things a little bit more obscure and ambiguous for the Cloud9 team. And also, it helps them avoid any of the pre-nades as well that you might normally expect at the beginning of rounds that paranoid CTs, or paranoid of a quick rush, might throw. So it all works out. It's definitely going to be A James, and I predict that SK Gaming are going to get wiped out. That's my prediction.
They've got their wall of smoke capability. Well, they've got 3. I think they normally use 4, I want to say. 3 around the train, and then 1 maybe between red and green train. They will line them up. But I mean, they've spent a lot of money here. Oh, we've got some HGs flying in. What do you have for us, SK? What is your plan? Do you have a surprise in store? Never count this team out. Show us what you have for us. Those are the 3 nades, but indeed you can see that gap. The gauntlet run is exposed. 2 players, 3 Pop Dog with the bomb. They've had success planting the bomb every single time they've run those smokes in this game. But the CTs may shut things down on this occasion. Nobody lost for Cloud9 just yet. Fallen and coldzera now moving forward, being sprayed through the smoke. And that's Cold in Ivy.
Oh, nice little kill there right at the end from Cold, but SK Gaming indeed get wiped out. Cloud9 looking like they are on the comeback trail. 3 more rounds to equalize. When will SK get themselves in an advantageous position? This could be the round where we'll see it, though it won't be a round where we see any AWPs from SK, which often is, always going to be an amazing feature for them.
Unless they have just chosen to have a different approach with 5 AKs, I feel like they just took themselves off AWPs unnecessarily in that round, which is why I mentioned how much money they spent in there, because I don't know if that it was necessary, all things considered, with a 4-round buffer to do that.
Yeah, usually as well, when you've only got 1 or 2 rounds to win, you kind of prioritize just having the biggest buys you can, because you just want to give yourself a 100% chance. Because the pressure, because the rounds where you mentioned they invested a lot, smokes and Tech9s and stuff. That's like a pressure round. That's like, we want to make sure that we keep your economy under pressure. Right now, all that really matters is SK's economy, because their highest chance to win a round comes with their best buys.
FNX started this round with $3,800. So you can buy an AK and armor, and then that's it.
Yeah, it's not fun. Not fun times.
Or maybe it wasn't him, but he's got 300 in the bank.
At least they have grenades, unlike that one round we saw out of FaZe, where they only had AKs and Kevlar. This is 0. There was not a single grenade. Anyway, the move comes from SK. Oh, that is fast stuff from Fallen. As deadly as he is with an AWP sometimes on the AK. And, wow, decisive control of the B train yard. I love this approach, but Skadoodle, he can make the difference here for his team. Hasn't been discovered just yet, though.
This is working out for SK. Still 2 CTs, though. Fallen gets taken down between trains. There is time. But is there opportunity? Maybe lost. Now Skadoodle is sandwiched between 2 players. One below him will do the job. And SK, with little utility, with no AWP, maybe their decision was to win the round and take it from SK, from Cloud9 rather, which they have done. But, ooh, the money's getting tight for both teams now. That is a nice shot. I think autimatic was jumping as well. So Cloud9 will eke out 5 rifles, one of them being the FAMAS. They've got a reasonable amount of grenades as well, just the 1 defuse kit. And SK's game is lacking somewhat. This is a very crucial round. Obviously, if SK win, they win the match. If Cloud9 win, SK have no money.
And this is a fast contact play out of FNX and SK, going straight into that B-bomb site. Stewie did not expect it. He was not ready. Skadoodle gets a quick trade, but gets traded back just as quickly. This is problematic here for Cloud9. They're losing everyone. There's just one round that SK need to take Train, and it looks like this will be it. 16-11, SK win Train 1 of 2 against Cloud9.
Yeah, SK made it look easy in that last round. Again, there were some issues on Cloud9 on their buy in that last round, but again, it's the timing as well. We had so many slow rounds that just sped it up at the end, and it worked out swimmingly for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting start to the fact that, you know, we're going to see another Train now, because I feel like SK, there's loads of stuff that they can do that we didn't necessarily see, and Train being usually I feel like in a map of Train, you usually see almost all of the teams like cards, basically all the things that they could play. You usually see it in like one map of Train, but I feel like SK is a team that they just have boatloads of stuff, so maybe we'll see a very different map too. We'll have to wait and find out. First, of course, a quick break, and we'll see you back here soon.